Hello everybody, I'm Chef Jeff from Smith's. Okay, today's recipe kind of excites me a little bit because it's gonna blow your mind, especially if you haven't heard of it before, and I hadn't before I did this before. And so it's kind of a fun one. So we're gonna be making French fries, but we're gonna be using cold oil. You're like, what? That doesn't make sense. It will in just a second, but we're gonna be using cold oil. But let's start with the potatoes first. So I'm using Yukon Gold potatoes that I've just cut into wedges, or kind of, I guess the term would be steak fries for this. So I've got those cut up and I rinse them in water. And the next important step is to get them dry as possible. The reason you dry them is because oil and water don't mix, and so even when we put this cold oil on top of these and it starts to come up in temperature, it'll start to pop and everything. You don't want that. So dry them as good as you can. And then we're gonna put them in just a pot by themselves. If you've got a cast iron one like this, that's probably the better way to go. If you have them, they just distribute heat well. And then I'm just gonna take oil right out of our gallon thing. Peanut oil is what I used here. You can use canola or whatever you like. And just pour in the oil until it just comes up about maybe a ½ inch over the potatoes, if I could speak right. And that's perfect right there. So cold oil on our fries. How are we gonna get crispy fries out of that, right? It's gonna happen, I promise you though. So what we're gonna do now is turn the heat on to high. And then once it's going, it's gonna start to come to a boil really slowly. It takes about 5 or 6 minutes, but it will eventually come to a boil. And when it does, then we wait. So once it comes to a boil, then we wait 15 minutes. And then once that 15 minutes is up, then we're gonna stir it. And that's what I did earlier, and then that's the stage these ones are at here right now. It takes a little bit of time, but it's way worth it. I'm gonna show you. But first, let's make a sauce for these. We're gonna be making Campfire fry sauce. So it's basically fry sauce, but maybe a little bit more exciting. So we're gonna start with some mayonnaise, and we're gonna put some Dijon grain mustard in there. We're gonna go ketchup next. And then after that, we're gonna go Worcestershire sauce. And then we're gonna go barbecue sauce. And so these fries again, once, and last garlic powder. So these fries, once that 15 minutes is up and they've just sat in the boiling oil, then you start to stir them and then they start to get crispy. And so it actually happens, and you'd be totally surprised. It's gonna be fun, a fun reveal. So we've got our Campfire fry sauce here, and it's just about ready. Maybe just your traditional fry sauce, but maybe a little bit more exciting. So we're gonna put that right there. Looks great. Okay, now let's get back to our fries. All right, so once our fries are going, they're gonna start to brown and start to get crispy. Now look at what's happened to these fries. Does that look like fries that have been in some hot or cold oil? Sorry. No, and what's kind of fun about this recipe too is you can do a lot more potatoes at once instead of in small batches. Usually you have to put just a small amount because it brings the temperature of the oil down when you put cold fries in there. Well, our oil is already hot and it's got a whole ton of fries in it. So let's get them in our bowl, and then we're gonna season these up, and those look perfectly crispy to me. See, I love recipes like this that just totally go against everything that I've ever thought about food, or fries in this case. But they are crispy and they are golden, and they're gonna be creamy on the inside because we use Yukon Golds. Perfect sort of thing. Okay, we get them in our bowl. Let's season them up with some salt and pepper. Toss them around. Mouth is watering. I'm gonna be digging into these really quickly. Let's get them on our serving platter. Bam. Looks great. And they are crispy. Of course, you can find all these ingredients at your local Smith. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for shopping, and we will see you all next time. Bye-bye.